Good morning, everybody. This is Shears and Coffee, and it is November 4th today, one day before that election. So let's get going. First, I want to introduce what we're going to talk about a little bit today is we had 6 winners go to the Redken Exchange in New York, and I would love to get some of their feedback. So I am going to bring them on right now so we can listen to how their experience is, what happened, how they won, how it went, and all that good stuff. So the 6 winners, let me tell you their names first. So Rouge, Ella, Cynthia, Mary, Kaylee, and Jordan won. We have 4 of the 6 here today, so I'm going to introduce them. They can come in right now. Welcome, girls. Come on. Take a seat. Cynthia, Rouge, Mary, and Kaylee. So, you guys, you can say hi to our audience. These are all different salons, too. We have, 2 from Route 59 Salon, and we have 2 from the Glen Ellen location here today. So, first of all, guys, tell me a little bit about yourself, how long you've been with the company, just so we get a little idea. Okay, so Kay, you can go first.
I've been with the company it'll be 5 years in December.
Okay, 5 years in December. Mary?
It'll be 2 years in a couple weeks, actually.
Oh, congrats.
I'm almost going to be 3 years in February.
Okay.
And for me, I've been working here for a year and probably 3 months, I would say.
Okay. So are you guys, what levels are you guys? So we, in our system, we have a level system. Just make sure everybody can hear with that microphone there. What level are you?
Okay. A 4.
2.
Level 3.
I am a YT.
Okay, so YT. So if you guys don't know YT, we started a YT program. So it's a lower level. It's an introductory into the salon. Still very well educated. And as we go up, we have an 8-level system. So, all right. So first question is, why did you guys come work for Frank Duranda first? I'm going to put you on the spot right now.
First?
Yep.
Yeah.
You go first.
I came to Frank Duranda because I wanted a good training program, which we know about. And I really loved how Frank Duranda had their own products, and I loved how Frank Duranda had 4 different locations. And overall, Frank Duranda is just a great company.
Oh, good. Thank you. Mary?
It was kind of like a last minute thing. I just found it by chance and going around town interviewing, and I walked in here, and it just was everything I was looking for. The training program was exactly what I was looking for out of school. Mm-hmm. And then just the company's fantastic, so it was perfect.
The first person I met that actually introduced me to Frank Duranda, I had no idea this company existed before, was you. Oh. I met you at my beauty school, and we had this panel of all these people, and we were asking questions to you guys. And that's when I had came up to you, asked you a couple questions, and I'm not gonna lie, I loved the vibe that you gave off. It was just it was so nice and chill, and it made me more interested. And the biggest selling point for me was definitely the training program. I feel like our training program is amazing, but my biggest thing was that it was a full-time training program. So many companies have training programs that you study once a week and then you assist the rest of the time. It goes on for at least a year or more. Our training program is more like 5 to 6 months, and then you shadow and you get on the floor. It's more faster, but it's also more commitment, which I feel like was a big selling point for me.
Yeah, we do. Years ago we had the training program. A lot of the training programs are like a year or 2 assisting and all that. And just like everybody today, when I want a massage, I want a massage today. And when you guys want to get on the floor, you want to get on the floor soon. So that's why we changed it. So like you said, it's like a 3-day a week program. So you're very, in depth. It's like, anywhere from 15 to 18 hours. So, but you guys get on the floor faster, and that was the whole point. So I'm glad that's working for you. Yeah.
For me, it was mostly the education program. I am someone who loves learning a lot, and I feel like with the education program, it was a lot more hands-on than most. And just like Arush said, it was just a faster way for me to get back onto the floor and start building up my clientele the way that I wanted to. And another thing for me was just the culture and the way everybody works is a lot more uplifting. Everyone's just there. Like, if I have questions, I could just run to the back and someone will be there to help me. But yeah, I just really like it.
Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate all you guys. And so for the past years, 10, 15, 20 years maybe, we've been, we do a lot of stuff with Redken. We're a big Redken salon, so we've been to Exchange a lot. COVID did change stuff in 2020 when that came, and that's when it's changed, and we're starting to bring it back. So we did have our first 6 winners go to the Redken Exchange in New York, and correct me, it was a blonding class, yes. Correct? Okay, so, and did we say this right? How did you win it? How did all of you guys win the contest? Because we had a contest we put together, correct? And can you explain how you won the contest? Or what was it about, so you know?
So it was upselling the acidic bonding conditioning treatment.
Okay.
And then it was also retail.
Right. Okay.
If I'm...
And then Google reviews.
And then Google reviews.
And Google
That's
reviews.
right.
Right. Yeah. So usually when we do a contest, we try to strive for, Google reviews, upselling, pre-booking, stuff like that. So that's how these guys win. And, we're going to keep on doing this every year. So hopefully we'll have more and more classes. You did the same thing. Do we know, I'm not trying to play who was number one. Do we know who won one? Or no?
For our levels, Arouge was number 1, number 2, and then were you 3rd place?
I think so.
It was the 3 of us?
Okay.
Yeah. And Cynthia was 4th place.
Yeah.
That's great.
And
great.
then I think
Ella and Jordan were part of that.
From the other,
yeah. So, okay. So give me your experience when you guys went. I know each of you have an experience. So what did you feel? Is this your first time going?
Yes.
First time to New York and the first time to Redken Exchange?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So give me a little bit of what you felt.
I thought the class was absolutely incredible. I felt like we learned so much, and I feel like I don't even remember it all because it was so fast paced, but it was so cool. Where they had it at the Redken Exchange, I mean, the classroom was so cool. Everything was just awesome. I'm not a city girl by any means, so New York City was definitely not my vibe.
Or no?
A little.
Okay.
But I mean, it was once in a lifetime. I mean, it was so cool, and I'm so happy we went.
Well, you get a lot of other salons were there, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So you get to understand what the teams do and other salons do, and we have to constantly keep on educating. So.
Yeah, I think our class total was up to 40 people, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
It was a big
and they
class.
had a bunch of educators helping out, correct?
Yeah, they had 2 or 3.
Okay.
Which was pretty cool.
All right. Mara, how did you feel?
It was overwhelming in the best way.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Just the amount of information I learned at the class. I think the 2 days I was back in the salon after that trip, I used 3 of the techniques I learned, which was awesome that I was able to apply them so quickly and remember all the little details. But it was really just fascinating to learn how I can be just as efficient in less time and really move my career forward with just a couple simple techniques that really were easy to learn. And it was just a really awesome experience to see all different stylists and hear little tidbits from them or some advice from just different people who have been in the career for longer. And New York was special.
Have you been in New York?
No, this is my first time. Okay. So it was a really, really awesome experience just to see. I love people watching.
It's big.
So that is the city to go to for people watching. So just to see how people move around just day to day running into each other, it was just awesome.
Good.
So, yeah.
Good. Arouge?
I feel like so many times, because with our continuous education classes that we get at the salon, we're always learning. There's always something new coming up. But sometimes I feel like every year we're doing different classes, and sometimes it gets a little bit repetitive. It feels like it. You're like, oh, another class. But this was a whole another level. It was called the Blonding Masterclass, and I was a little bit like, okay, are we gonna learn new? And it was mind blowing because it opened education up to so many different levels. I feel like there was so much new things in like the simpler things that we do that it was a very, very, very great experience for sure. It was also my first time in New York, and I'm definitely, unlike Kylie, I'm 100% a city girl. I was born and raised in a very busy city. We walked around so much walking. It's huge. Like you told me, it was absolutely huge, but it was an amazing experience, and it was almost kind of a little bit nostalgic for me because it reminded me back home for sure.
All right, well, one more thing from Arouge. We're going to put her on the spot here. What else happened in New York, Arouge?
We have to talk about
I know
this.
we got to put this on the spot, you guys. Okay, here we go.
I got engaged in New York.
Look at that.
It was beautiful. It was amazing. We stayed a couple days after the class, and my boyfriend, now fiance, came in as well, just for like another 3 days. We went to Central Park. A few of us stayed. It was beautiful, and he proposed at Central Park. It was really great.
All right, Cynthia.
I loved the class a lot. I'm very much a hands-on person. I cannot learn from just telling me or just showing me all these things. I need to be hands-on. So when I found out that we would be working on mannequin heads, it helped me so much more to try to apply that, not just in writing, but physically as well. And it was just a lot of fun. I liked it a lot. I liked the way that everything ran. Like, even though it was a lot of information and it was very fast-paced, I felt like they gave you so much information, so many tools, so that you could remember everything as well. So when we came back, I straight away was like, okay, I need to remember everything, every little detail that they gave me while it was fresh in my brain. But it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun.
Good. Did they, I guess I got pushed. There was multiple teachers. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like just one teacher. They were all coming around helping you guys with any situations, anything like that?
Yeah. There was actually another class going on as well at the same time. So the Redken Exchange is quite big.
Yeah.
So they had, on one side, they had a whole another class, and then we had our class. And our class was a blonding master class, but the other class was like this very detailed 7-day know why you do what you do kind of class. So when we had like our 10-minute breaks or something, I would just be like, you know,
right.
like honestly, what are they learning, you know? So it was actually very intriguing because I feel like at some point in time I would love to go back for that class. It was detailed, very detailed.
Yeah, they have a lot of classes, and I mean, and hopefully down the road you guys will be able to go again. I know. Would you guys go for a longer class?
Yes, for sure.
Because that was like a day and a half class, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Day and a half too. Yeah. Because I know they have like a 3 or a 4 day class too.
Yeah.
So and it's like I said, it's all knowledge, and this was just coloring. Mm-hmm. So eventually, you know, we want to do like a hair cutting and all that good stuff too, so we can do a lot more of them. Okay. Yeah. So, would you guys recommend other stylists to invest in it, even if they couldn't win it? Would you think it's something they should invest in their career?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I've
definitely
told a couple people I know who are going through various like cosmetology school programs right now. I'm like, if you ever have the opportunity to go to the Redken Exchange, you should take it without thinking twice about it. So I would definitely tell other people, do it.
Yeah. No, I think it's a great class. So
it was definitely a very great learning opportunity because you get to expand your horizons and see what else is out there. Because sometimes I feel like as stylists, we get stuck in a little block where we're like, same highlights, same balayage, same haircut, we're doing over and over and over. And it's nice to expand your horizons and see stuff from a different angle.
Mm-hmm. So in the class, were they teaching you balayage or highlights or just blonding or all of it?
All of it. All kinds of, and it wasn't blonding class, but there was so much that we learned about coloring altogether that we can apply that to pretty much any color.
Okay. And have you guys showed other employees too? Or told them what it was like?
Yeah. We definitely have.
That's cool. You know, it was interesting. I was at a Redken wellness thing that they had in Scottsdale, and they had these 2 models up there, and he was just talking about time, you know, and I don't know if they talked about a lot of this, you know, at the class, but they had 2 models, and they were 2 blondes, and one had 100 to 120 foils, and the other one had 20 foils. and they asked us to tell the difference between them. And we can barely tell the difference. You know, so what they're trying to teach you is, you know, it's a look. It's like you're saying, it's time. It's not all, I have to put 200 foils in or 120 foils. They did it, and it was just sort of blew me away because it was like they both looked the same. I mean, the girls looked similar, but their hair was totally similar too. So, you know, it's working smarter, not harder, and you can get the looks, and hopefully that's what Redken's trying to push along as they teach you guys. Yeah. Well, that's great.
Tune in for part 2 on the next episode.